Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the best settings in Fortnite to get low input delay with the added benefit of increasing your FPS. I also just made a TikTok, so feel free to follow me over there because I'm going to be posting daily tips and tricks over there, and I'd love to see you over there. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Before we jump into the settings, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Novos. Novos is your one-stop shop for everything you need to know to go pro in Fortnite. You get your own fully customizable practice plan specifically curated based on what you need to improve on. There's piece control practice, aim practice, mid and late game practice, and so much more. There's even exclusive pro player VOD reviews and routines by Andretta and Chapix. There's also a workshop which teaches you how to play low ground, how to control mid game, how to IGL and TARP, and so much more taught by different players and Fortnite coaches. There's also a progress page that will track your progress using their performance analyzer. This is so you can see just how much you've improved day by day. And finally, there's a whole section dedicated to over 70 of the best tips and tricks videos on YouTube, curated specifically by Novos. Novos and I have teamed up so you can try Novos out for yourself by using code Cosmos to save 80% when signing up, so you can try Novos for just under $2 for your first month, which is an amazing deal. Head to novos.gg at the top link in the description and use code Cosmos to try Novos out for just under $2 for your first month, and thank you so much to Novos for sponsoring today's video. So getting right into my settings, I have my windowed mode set to full screen, not Windows full screen or windowed. You want to make sure you're on full screen because this is going to give you the lowest amount of input delay. And then following that, our resolution is 1920 by 1080. However, if you do want more FPS, I do recommend playing on a stretched resolution. Some stretched resolutions that I recommend are 1650 by 1080. I usually recommend that one because it's not too stretched, but it does give you quite the FPS boost, so maybe go ahead and try that one out. If you don't know how to apply a stretched resolution, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that at the end of this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And then for my frame rate limit, I have it capped at 240 FPS, not 237, not 141 or anything like that, because I'm not on an NVIDIA GPU. However, if you're on an NVIDIA graphics card, I do recommend you cap your FPS 3 FPS below your actual monitor's refresh rate. So as an example here, let's say I cap my FPS to 240. What you want to do is go to your NVIDIA control panel and then cap your FPS at 237 FPS, or if you're on 144 FPS, cap your FPS to 141 FPS. Here are the FPS values you should change your FPS to if you're using an NVIDIA graphics card. If you don't know how to change it, I can't show you personally because I'm not on an NVIDIA graphics card myself. However, I will link a very helpful tutorial down below so you can go ahead and change your FPS if you'd like to. Getting right into my graphics settings, I have my brightness set to 125% on Try to Nope 10. And then in my graphics quality settings, this is going to make the biggest difference for your FPS and input delay. So what you want to do is go ahead and set your 3D resolution to 90 or 80%. In doing so, yes, your game quality is going to go down a bit. However, you're going to notice that your FPS and input delay is a lot better. So if you're really struggling with high input delay and low FPS, maybe think about lowering your 3D resolution to 80% because that's going to help you out a ton. And then right below that, we have my view distance, which I have set to near. This is going to give you the lowest amount of input delay possible. And then for my textures, I have that set to low as well. Auto download high-res textures and high-res texture reminders, turn these both off because these will decrease your in-game performance, and there's absolutely no reason for you to have these turned on, so keep them turned off. And then for my meshes, I keep these on low because these do give you the lowest amount of input delay. In comparison to high meshes, the amount of input delay that you actually save by going on low meshes is not a ton. However, there still is added input delay with high meshes, so use low meshes if you really care about having the lowest amount of input delay possible. And then down here in my advanced graphics settings, I have VSync turned off, show FPS turned on. This is not going to make a difference in your input delay. And now the biggest factor in whether you're going to have high input delay or low input delay is your rendering mode. Now in my case, in every single person's case, you should be using performance mode unless you're on a high-end GPU. If you're on a very high-end graphics card like a 1080 Ti, a 3060, a 3080, 3090, give DX12 a try because that's actually going to be more beneficial to you in some cases. However, if you're on a lower end graphics card like myself or the majority of other people out there, performance mode is going to be the biggest lifesaver in giving you more FPS and the lowest amount of input delay possible, so be sure performance mode is turned on. Now your actual in-game settings don't make too much of a difference in your input delay. However, I will cover them because there are some settings I do want to take a look at. These settings are not important for input delay at all, so feel free to do whatever you like for these. You can go ahead and copy mine if you want to, but these do not make a difference in your input delay, so don't let someone tell you otherwise. So I'm going to quickly scroll down to the bottom so you can go ahead and pause if you'd want to, but these are the settings that are actually going to make a difference in your input delay and your FPS. So as you can see in my replays, I have these turned all off. Now the reason for that is because it's going to give you the lowest amount of input delay, and the reason for that is because with these turned on, Fortnite is actually going to be recording replay files in the background while you're playing games. In doing so, that's going to make your game have to run harder because it has to do more processes in the background. However, if you turn this off, it's going to completely get rid of the background process of having having to record your replay files. So it's going to give you some more FPS, and it's going to definitely lower your input delay. So if you're not a content creator or you don't need replay files for anything, make sure these are all turned off. Now I will show you my HUD options, although they don't really have an effect on your input delay or not, but I do have my HUD scale set to 80%. I see some of you guys out there with like 125 HUD scale. You guys gotta chill out a little bit. That's pretty insane. 80% works just fine. You don't need 125 HUD scale, so 80% is all you need. It looks perfect, good size. Use 80%. And again, these settings aren't really going to make a difference in your input delay or your FPS. However, if you want to reduce screen clutter or something, you can turn off net debug stats just so you don't have stuff taking up space on your screen, so you have more room to focus. And now getting right into my sensitivity, I know I don't need to show you this because of course this won't have an impact in your input delay or your FPS, but I do want to tell you that this is the best sensitivity in Fortnite. Literally, this is Benji Fishy's old sensitivity or current sensitivity. I'm really not sure, but he did use this at one point. He used 8.8% on both X and Y axis on 800 DPI with 35% on both the targeting and scope sensitivities. I use this sense for a video, and I'm telling you guys, I have never had a sensitivity be this good before. So maybe if you're looking for a new sense, give this sense a try because you are going to love it. And if you don't, then you're wrong, and that's that. And now for visualized sound effects, some people do say that this can actually increase your input delay. However, I'm not entirely sure how true those claims really are. If you do want to err on the side of caution, you can keep this turned off if you want to. However, you will be playing at a disadvantage competitively speaking if you don't keep this turned on, so you can pick your poison. If you don't want to risk having more input delay, you can keep it turned off, but if you really don't care for the tiny little bit of input delay that it has the potential of giving you, then keep it turned on because it's going to be an amazing tool to use in competitive, especially if you're a competitive player. Keep this turned on because if it's going to give you any input delay, it's going to be such a minute amount that it doesn't even matter anyways. If you guys are curious, these are my keybinds. I've shown them in about 102 different videos, so you should probably already know them by now if you've seen any one of my settings videos, but I'm going to quickly scroll through them real quick so you can go ahead and pause the video, copy them, do whatever you'd like to do. So here are my keybinds. I think they're pretty freaking awesome, and these vehicle keybinds do not matter. So I think that's going to take us into the final part of today's video, guys. Like I said earlier, I'm now going to quickly cover how you can go ahead and change your resolution if you'd like to use a stretch res. You want to start by clicking your Windows key and type % local app data % and then click enter. From there, scroll until you find Fortnite game, click saved, config, Windows client, and then you'll see your game user settings. From there, right click it and then click edit, and then hover over the edit tab at the top and then click replace. From there, type 1920 in the find what box and then type 1650 in the replace with box and then click replace all. And then exit of that and then go ahead and click Control F on your keyboard and then type 1650 just to make sure it's all set, and then hover over file and then click save. Wait, we're not done yet. You still have to go ahead and go back to the file with our game user settings in it, and then right click the file, click properties, and then tick the box that says read only, and then click apply, and then click OK, and now you are done. Anyway guys, that's gonna end off today's video. If you found today's video useful, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe because it would mean so much to me. Also, be sure to go follow me on TikTok because I am going to be posting brand new tips and tricks videos there every single day. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one.